Hello, welcome back. You came back, or maybe this is the first thing that you watched of mine, in which case, good job. Today, we are going to be making a courgette loaf cake thing. I am a chef, a cook by trade. I'm not a baker. I think it's way too complicated because you actually have to follow science, whereas cooking is a lot more improvisational and there's not a lot of science involved. I mean, there's chemistry, but it's very, very different. So we're going to be delving into a courgette cake recipe, a vegan one. It probably could be made gluten-free. I don't know. We're gonna make it together, and it's gonna be really, really good. I'm gonna film some really aesthetically pleasing shots for those who just like to have a little video on in the background while they're doing things. I've got a really cool cutaway of me washing some dishes coming up, if you're into that. Yeah, so before I lose total track of what I'm saying and what we're gonna make, let's go make a courgette cake. Yep. So what we're gonna do is we're gonna add 2.5 cups of a mix of plain flour and self-raising flour into a bowl, 1/2 cup of cocoa powder, and 2 and a bit teaspoons of baking powder, because I ran out of baking soda. I did some research and it said that you can swap out baking soda for triple the amount of baking powder. So I did double and it actually turned out quite well. I thought if I added too much it might get a bit salty. We're then gonna add 1.5 cups of sugar. Now don't judge me for how my sugar looks. I had run out of all the sugar in my house, so it is a mix of golden caster sugar, white caster sugar, and brown sugar to reach the amount we had. It was not a good day for my pantry. So use white sugar, but a mix won't hurt. We're then going to add 1/2 cup of a neutral tasting oil, 1/4 cup of water, and then about 2 teaspoons of vanilla extract. And we're then going to mix up all of our wet ingredients together until they are homogeneous, which is a lovely word. Homogeneous. It's great. She's silky, she's smooth, she's ready to be mixed with the dry. Look at that pour. Oh, if my camera angles were better, that would be so satisfying to watch. We're then gonna mix all of the wet and dry ingredients prepared so far together in a bowl. I ended up using a choppy motion for this. It was a lot easier to mix chopping it than actually mixing it, and the end result looks a little bit like soil. Please excuse the fact that I wasn't aware my snacks were going to be in shot for this, so the rice cakes and biscuit tin aren't really there. So your mixture should look a little bit something like this after you've been mixing it for a wee while. Lovely crumbly soil. Look at that transition, so good. No one can grate courgettes as fast as me. 1 large courgette should equal about 2 cups. We're then gonna scrape all that into our bowl, give it a wee little mixy. More chopping motions from past Jade, we love that. And just mix until everything is combined and nice and shiny and thick and very tasty looking. Now that she's all mixed, we're gonna chop up some chocolate. I picked dark chocolate with hazelnuts in it because a nutty crunch never hurt nobody, but I definitely did not eat part of that before filming. That wasn't me, it came like that. We're gonna cut about half of this. So strong. This was actually really difficult to break with my hands, as you can see. Ignore the cable, not there. Yeah, we're just gonna use our real strong strength from going to the gym to chop this chocolate. If any of you guys are wondering how I got so buff and strong, there's a blog post that I've written about vegan protein and getting buff. So you should definitely go check that out and read all my other blog posts as well. But yeah, get buff and you can chop chocolate really, really fast. We are then gonna scrape that into our lovely, lovely chocolatey courgette mixture. There are the rice cakes again, but they're not there, we ignore them. And then mix until everything is combined. What I should said earlier is that you need to preheat your oven to 180 degrees. And then we're gonna bam! Wow, because no one wants to watch me struggle to line a cake tin. We're then gonna pour our lovely mixture into a loaf pan. This actually filled a loaf pan and 3 cupcake cases. So using a square tray is probably better, but this is what I had to hand and it came out just as well. We're then gonna take our little courgette baby and we're gonna put him in the oven for 25 to 30 minutes. And here's a cheeky behind the scenes of my tiny filming area. Professional. And now I get to do all of this really fun washing up, and I thought, who else would love to watch someone wash up for a really long time? So here I am, scrubbing my dishes after a long day of filming. I actually did like a full week of filming different videos and editing. It was my first week of doing content work along with book work. It's actually been a lot of fun. I'm doing a nice little mix of different YouTubers that I watch and different cooking styles that I like. So yeah, I thought, why not film myself wash up? It's great, it's good vibes. So I'll leave you to the aesthetics of me cleaning a bowl. Boo 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 boo. Was that my Alexa going off? I think so. It looks like our little cake is done. Taking it out the oven, using my little oven mitts, being so safe. The amount of times I've put my hands in the oven without oven mitts is scary. But I did it today. Proud of myself. We're then going to leave it to cool for about 30 minutes, taking it out of the tin once it's cooled down and removing the papers so that it can cool fully. Now I know what you're thinking. Why does the camera look like it's covered in steam? That, my friends, is because I did not check that I had wiped my lens before filming this last part, which is incredibly frustrating to watch back as I'm editing this video, as I'm already well aware that the camera quality isn't fantastic because I'm filming on my Android phone. But we move past, because look at this cake. She thick, she luscious. I served her with some custard. Ooh, the little chunks of hazelnut in it was so good. Buying that chocolate bar was definitely a good choice. And there she is, in her prime, a vegan chocolate courgette cake with dark chocolate and hazelnut chips. So good. There you guys have it. How to make a courgette loaf cake. I think this turned out really, really well. Now we all know that if you run out of baking soda and you can't be asked to leave your house, you can fix it. I'm gonna try and do more baking stuff as well on here rather than just cooking, because it's fun for me and hopefully it's fun for you guys as well. There is more coming. I'm on a very big hyperfixation of making these videos at the moment. I'm like content. Hopefully we ride that hyperfixation wave for a really long time, because I'm having fun and it's interesting setting up my kitchen and tripping over wires. Yeah, it's good, and I'm hoping that what I'm putting out to the world is enjoyable for you guys as well, just as it's enjoyable for me. So thank you again for watching, and I will see you next time. Enjoy eating your cake if you made a cake. If not, I hope you had a really good time watching this video. Okay, bye!